Good morning, everyone. Des Penny here from Proteus. Welcome to another amazing week. Can you believe it's February already? Kids are back at school, people are returning to work, and we're experiencing a more normal way of life, although we've still got a long way to go. So now it's time that we give ourselves some time and develop ourselves. It's time to start creating again and doing the things that we've always wanted to do. But it will require great motivation and great resilience. I've spoken to so many leaders over the years with the same sad story. Every time they have a great idea or try to take a positive step towards something that they've wanted to do, someone's there to throw a cold bucket of water over it. And I saw this quote recently by the wonderful Brené Brown, where she speaks to those people who are constantly critical about what she's doing and are constantly trying to stop her from succeeding. And she says this: if you're not in the arena also getting your ass kicked, I'm not interested in your feedback. If you have constructive feedback you want to give me, then I want it. But if you're in the cheap seats, not putting yourself on the line and just talking about how I can do it better, I'm in no way interested in your feedback. Now, that might sound a bit harsh, but she's successful because of her positive attitude, her commitment to change and innovation, and her stand against those types of people who would pull her down. And when I was reading this, I thought about the Proteus quote that we have been using over 20 years now. And it says this: if you're not prepared to be a part of the solution, then you actually forfeit your right to complain. Now, I'm a great believer in feedback because it helps us see what others are seeing and also allows us to make change and to grow personally and professionally. But in saying that, it doesn't mean that we have to accept every piece of criticism that comes our way. We have a right to analyse where it's coming from and why it's being said. If it comes from a place of care and concern, then we must take it on board and look at the truth within it. But if it comes as self-indulgent criticism with no suggestion of how to improve the situation, yes, we still need to assess it, but then put it where it belongs, in the bin. Now, I know this is easier said than done, but I've seen too many good people and good leaders with good ideas shattered because of comments from others who are only concerned about how the idea or decision impacts on them. So, if you're in the process of needing to make an important decision or release a new initiative this week, then speak to people you trust and choose your critics wisely. Make sure you know the place that the criticism is coming from. Be careful who you listen to, because if you listen to everyone, you will end up not doing anything. We're creative and innovative beings, and it's innate in us to create. So those ideas that you've been thinking about right now and those decisions you're thinking about making are worth fostering and they're worth doing. Believe in yourself, and if it doesn't work, then learn from it and do something else. Remember, sometimes we succeed and sometimes we learn. So give it a go. You've got my support. Every week I have the pleasure of introducing one of our team members to you. And this week I'd like to introduce you to our team member, Brett Hutchinson. Brett is a lead educator and regional leader for South Australia, Western Australia, and he's just clocked over 10 years at Proteus. So over to you, Brett.
Hi everyone, my name is Brett Hutchinson. I'm the regional leader for Proteus for South Australia and Western Australia. I'm based here in Adelaide, but last week I had the privilege of running our Having Conversations That Matter workshop with a fantastic group of leaders over in Perth. Now, I'd actually run some culture sessions with them over the past couple of years. So we spent the first 45 minutes or so recapping culture, getting them to think about what their culture was like as we wrapped up 2020, but also what they want it to be like as we head into 2021. One part of a successful culture was to have the conversations that matter. So we also talked about How do you have the conversations with staff who aren't performing or are behaving badly? And we gave them a roadmap and we tested that out where the staff member was nice on one occasion, but also pushed back a little bit, or as we like to say, went a little bit feral. After that, we talked through how do you have conversations up and across? Maybe you got to have an awkward conversation with your boss, maybe asking for resources or for a promotion, or you got to talk to a colleague about some of their performance or something in that other department. And we gave them a plan to have that. We also wrapped up, we're talking about the good news. That's what people want in their workplace. Lots of good news, lots of praise and recognition, obviously when they do things really well. Thanks for hearing about my session last week with a great group of leaders over in Perth. I'm going to hand it back to you. Back to you, Des.
To kick off our news this week, I'd like to give a massive shout out to Richard Dorr, who's just clocked up 22 years at Proteus. And without a doubt, he's been one of the major reasons for our success and also our positive culture here at Proteus. So on behalf of colleagues, Richard, and all of the people watching here today, congratulations on a massive effort of 22 years at Proteus Leadership. I hope there's lots more. Thank you to everyone for your response last week to our Positive Culture Workshop that's been conducted by Richard Dorr on the 24th of February. We had such a response that we're almost sold out. So if you're thinking of attending, then register quickly as there are very few places left. You know, one of the things that leaders fear more than anything else is the fear of public speaking and communicating with groups. On the 10th of March, we're launching our first public speaking program for 2021, Leadership Speak. It's held virtually over 4 weeks with a 3-hour session per week. I know I'm biased, but this really is one of the best public speaking and communication programs in Australia. And here's Richard Dorr to tell us more about the program.
Hi everyone, Richard here from Proteus. I'm pretty excited to talk to you about our premier communication and public speaking program called Leadership Speak. It's one of our favourites because we really give people the tools, concepts and templates to set them up for success. And it's both an art and a science, this communication and public speaking thing. So we look at things like turning fear around, so flipping that from nervous to service. We give you the essential roadmap to get you through any sort of communication piece. And then we take you to that next level. So your communication's more about being a bit more engaging, more of a provocateur for the right reason, and bringing your people with you, both their hearts and their minds. We touch on body language and making sure you know how to craft a really compelling story as part of your presentation. And there's plenty of time to practice throughout these sessions. So if you'd like to register into that program or find out more information, jump on our website, proteusleadership.com.
Since pivoting in March 2020 to a mainly virtual company, we've had to continue to look for new and innovative ways to deliver our programs. Right now, I'm coming to you from our newly created second studio in Melbourne, but we're in the process of creating and upgrading all of our studios, giving us 6 studios across Australia, 2 in Melbourne, 2 in Adelaide, and 2 in Brisbane. I hope you continue to enjoy the way we bring leadership to life through constantly adapting to the needs of the marketplace and our clients. So if you want to keep up with what's happening at Proteus, don't forget to connect with us via Facebook, LinkedIn or Instagram, or in fact all 3. Visit our website to find the links. So I hope you're enjoying our weekly Proteus Speak bulletins as much as I'm enjoying bringing them to you. Have an awesome week. Don't forget, choose your critics wisely. Never let anyone stop you doing anything that you think is worth doing. See you next week.